He's dramatically underperformed the market. And then, of course, they turn around and they go, well, that doesn't really matter. Well, then why did you bring it up? Because it mattered to you a minute ago, and so now you just moved the goalpost, and that's bad form.
Yeah, and all really happens here is we end up sheltering ourselves from people with opposing views, and we surround ourselves with people that only think like us, and then we become those same people on Twitter and Facebook that we accuse, these Christians that were like, oh yeah, live in your bubble. You're doing the same exact thing if you're shutting out everybody else that could have an opposing view.
Well, I actually had someone on my Facebook wall that was genuinely stunned that I might want to talk to someone that vigorously disagreed with me simply because I might learn something. It's not that I'm going to change my mind, because that's unlikely. As much as I would like to think that I will, it's slow for all human beings. The other person's probably not going to change their mind, but at least we can understand each other and have a reference point and a perspective from where they're coming from.
Exactly. It's twofold. Number one, these are people that we might get along with very well and be friends with on other topics. And that's just how life goes sometimes. And so if you find out where your disagreements are, a lot of times they're not friendship breaking, but they're topics you don't really talk about very often.
Yeah, and if I defriended everyone that disagreed with me on anything, I'd have no friends left.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I post my political views, which are far left. I don't think very, very few people really agree with my extremely far left political positions. But I don't post them to say, you need to agree with me. I post them to say, these are how I feel, and this is why I feel them. And some people can say, oh, I really like that you feel that way on this, but I still think you're wrong about this. And then we have really great discussions about it. And my mind can be changed. It's hard to do, like you just said. But I've had my mind changed about things. And, I think one thing I like to try to do is, if I do have my mind changed about something big, is to write a blog post about it. Because I think it takes... People don't have a lot of... what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to admit that you were wrong about something and change your mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the fact that I have a platform that I can do that and show other people it can be done. And it sucks for me to do. It's embarrassing to a degree to write that blog post that says, I was wrong and here's why. Because I want to be, or I'm seen, or, think of myself sometimes of like, oh, I've written about this so many times, I've published a book on this. I have a sense of authority here. And then to say, oh, I was wrong about that. Absolutely.
And of course, if they want to see what you were wrong about, where's the blog again?
Danthropology.net.
And the new book
go
coming
ahead
out?
And Google, and when you get to the search thing there, search in Sam Harris, and I'll talk about being wrong about Sam Harris, and type in Jill Stein, and I'll talk about being wrong about Jill Stein.
There you go. And the new book coming in October?
Is The Secular Activist.
And where else can people find you, Dan?
They can find, so my website, my personal website is danarel.com. That's got all the links to my books, my blog, other writings I've done for Alternet, the Huffington Post, and others. And then follow me on Twitter at Dan Arel.
Fantastic. Is there anything we left out that you're just dying to get in?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you.
David, let's just say David Smalley's not quite as good on the radio as Seth Andrews.
Okay. I'll make sure I'm gonna clip that out and send it to him.
That's an inside joke, but yeah, just send it to him.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the cleverly titled Phil Ferguson Show. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're listening to the Phil Ferguson Show on Secular Media Network.